Welcome to another episode of Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. And today we'll be doing a preview for the 100 meters for men, as well as what to expect for the women in the 100 meters semi-final and the final coming up tomorrow. So before we go any further, big shout out to everyone who's tuned into Halftime TV. If you tuned in for the first time, welcome to the channel. And if you're a returning resident, welcome back. First and foremost, housekeeping as per usual. Remember, keep it respectful. Keep those comments coming in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. As per usual, we have a poll ongoing. We're initially planning on doing a video on this, but I decided to keep it until we actually started our live stream this evening. So the poll or the question this evening is: will there be a Jamaican in the women's 100-meter final? Now, if you aren't up to date with what happened a little bit earlier today, we had Sasha Lee Forbes finish second in her round one, or in her heat. So she progresses through to the semi-final. We have Tia Clayton finish second as well, progressing to the semi-final. And last but not least, we have Shelley and Fraser Price finishing second and progressing to the semi-finals as well. All right, so all three Jamaican females who lined up for the first race or the first part, they progressed through to the next round. But I shared the heats on the community page, and as you can see, very challenging heats indeed. And I just thought to myself, Jamaica has gotten 10 medals over the last 4 Olympic Games. It's always been gold. It's gold and bronze, gold, silver, bronze. So we've always been on the podium, right? At least in recent years. What if we don't get on the podium this time around? I know it would be heartbreak all around, but it's one of those where we have to be open-minded, and we have to expect the unexpected, because this season in particular, the athletes or the competition, it's hard to call, put it that way. So it's not as clear cut as it has been in previous years. It's very hard to call this time around. So one of those things I must say. But nonetheless, we're excited and we can't wait. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, we'll be doing the 100 meters, the round one, where we won't be going live for the preliminaries. And for those who aren't aware of what the preliminaries are, so we'll have the preliminaries, and based on what the preliminary results are, then those athletes will go on to form a huge part of the first round. All right. So for the Jamaican athletes, we will see them in round one, the likes of Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake. All these guys will see them in round one. Okay, same thing for the American athletes. So if you want to see the American athletes, no need to get up from, I think the preliminaries run like 3:30 or something, some crazy time like that. You don't need to get up at that time. Yeah, draw your sheet and ensure that you get a little bit more rest in. That way, when Halftime TV goes live at roughly about, I want to say 5:20. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go live 5:20, since the race is 5:45 my time. Just it gives us just enough time to cover all the heats that will be run in the morning. And remember, as the day progresses, we will have the 100 meter semi-final for women, followed by the 100 meter final for women. So jam-packed day ahead tomorrow. And what we'll be doing now, or at least in the next couple of minutes, we'll be pulling up the event page or the schedule for tomorrow, and we'll be going through it little by little and welcoming your views as well. So journey with Kellyanne, we're ready to take back that gold medal for the male 100 meter. I think as things stand right now, that seems to be the most. I don't even want to say sure, because we're not even sure of that one. But as far as indicators go, I think percentage wise, will have the highest percentage of getting gold in that 100 meter for men than any other race. Well, maybe the 200 meters with Shericka Jackson, but we don't know. We don't know if Shericka Jackson is at her best. If she's at her best, she's unbeatable. But we don't know if she's at her best. Okay, so we'll see. We will see. Remember, folks, subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us. Less than 300 subscribers before we hit that 20,000 mark. And I know this morning when we started, we were saying, hey, we need 500 subscribers. The folks have been doing the business. They've been getting the job done. And the channel continues to grow. So as I said, 20,000 subscribers is the goal. And hopefully we'll be able to secure that at least over the weekend here. So we, as promised, we uploaded a number of videos. We previewed all 3 of the semifinals for the women a little bit earlier on today. And I've seen the comments coming in, and we will continue that conversation. But I want to say, before I even get into it, because usually when I get into my stride, I tend to get carried away. So I don't want that. So let me just cover this before. So I shared my views about what I thought the 100 meters semifinal would be like. Now, folks, when I share my views on here, if I'm going to say from the standpoint of a Jamaican fan, I'll lead with that. Okay, so most times when you hear me sharing my views, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. So if you hear me saying something that doesn't really support a Jamaican athlete, or you hear me predicting a race and a Jamaican athlete isn't predicted to come first, don't feel any way. Don't feel any way, because that's how I feel based on the information that's available to me. I'm not going to see Sha'Carri Richardson being so impressive this season and come out and say, okay, Sasha Lee Forbes, then just because she's Jamaican, she's going to win the race. I'd love for her to win the race, but based on the facts that are available to me, I'd sound crazy to come on here and to say, okay, if Sha'Carri Richardson is going to finish last and the Jamaicans are going to finish 1, 2, 3. So you get what I'm saying? So whenever I come here and I share an opinion, my opinions are based on the information, the facts that I've researched, and the facts that I've been exposed to while following the season. So I'm a Jamaican fan. I support the Jamaican team 150%, but I can't come here and say something that I genuinely do not believe, even if I'm a Jamaican fan. That would mean I'm being disingenuous. And at Halftime TV here, I told you guys at the beginning, I tried to provide the most objective sporting opinions. Now, objectivity has nothing to do with being a fan. Whenever you're wearing the hat of a fan, you wear a hat as a fan. You put on your jersey, you come out, and nobody can tell you nothing. Everything that you're saying is based on the emotion that you have in that moment. When I come out here on my channel and I'm talking from an objective lens. So you won't hear me come out here and say Chelsea is the best team ever in the world, right? I support Chelsea. You won't hear me come out here and say the Reggae Boys, they're going to get to the World Cup and they're the best team and they're expected to win every game. No, I would love for them to win every game. But when I'm previewing games, I look at the information available to me. So Reggae Boys playing against Mexico in X amount of games. Reggae Boys hasn't beaten a Mexican team over X amount of years. I'm not going to come here and say, okay, Reggae Boys have to win this game, or they must win, or they will win. No. I'll lead by saying I'd love for them to win. However, this is the case. So it's the same thing with my track and field analysis. If you hear me do a prediction and a Jamaican athlete isn't predicted to come first, don't feel any way, because that's not me. That doesn't mean I'm less patriotic than anyone else who supports Jamaica or any other Jamaican who's rooting for the team, right? Off the camera, I'm cheering for the Jamaicans. I want them to win, but I'm not going to come here to provide an analysis and a prediction to you, the viewers and the subscribers, and come here and say things based on emotions. When I come here, I fuel my opinions based on facts. Clear? Right. Anyway, let's check out the comment section now. Good. I know you're balanced. Plus, I would say thank you so very much, Dimples. Fully understand your views. Thanks. So for those who are sharing their comments and their views in the comment section, just so you understand. So it's not that I don't want the Jamaicans to win. I want them to win, but I can't come here and say Shelly and Fraser Price will definitely win. Shelly and Fraser Price is this is her last Olympics. She's looking to hang up her spikes. On the flip side, we have Sha'Carri Richardson, who is basically coming of age. So I can't come here and tell you that Shelly and Fraser Price will smash it out of the park and she'll give a performance of a lifetime and run 10.5 something against a Sha'Carri Richardson, who again has been in such immense form. Shelly can do it, don't get me wrong, but she's not the favorite, albeit all the history that she has and all that she's done in the previous Olympics and World Championship. She is not the favorite. And I don't want us to act as if we're naive. I don't want us to act as if we aren't smart people, because I know we are smart people. I know you're sensible. I know you can reason, and don't be like certain fans because they support a certain team. It's almost as if you have on blinders and nothing else matters. But once your team is playing, anything your team does is the right thing. So glad we got that out of the way. Again, shout out Quick Link Shipping and Zavara Enterprise. You can check them out on Instagram or on Facebook. You can follow them on either platforms. And as I mentioned before, it's that time of the year where you need to get those shipping. You need to get those items shipped in. So whether it's the backpack for the kids or the school shoes or all of that, check out Quick Link Shipping. Them have the best deal. Tell them Halftime TV send you, and you get the back to school special. Okay, so all right, let's jump over to the first race tomorrow. I better yet, I won't even go to the first race tomorrow. No, I won't go to the first race tomorrow. What we'll do is, because I don't even want to speak about the preliminaries. I don't want to speak about the preliminaries for the 100 meters for men, because Jamaica doesn't have any athlete in there. So I don't know. I don't want to speak about it. But I'll take a quick look regardless. Oh, there's quite a few. There's quite a few preliminaries here. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. If you can see my screen, let me know. If you can't, let me know as well. And remember, as soon as you hop on, you can drop the flag. Let us know what country you're representing. I know Halftime TV is a very diverse channel. We have folks from all over the world tune into the channel each day when we go live. So drop a flag, represent for where you come from, and Halftime TV will definitely give you a shout out as we usually do. So for the preliminaries, this is how it's looking for tomorrow morning. So the first two in each heat plus the next 4 fastest time will advance to round 1. So 1 and 2 guaranteed. And as we saw a little bit earlier, there are 6. So there are 6 preliminary 100-meter races. 6 preliminary 100-meter races. First 2 from each will advance automatically, and then the next 4 fastest times. What that means is 16 athletes who will run in the preliminaries will also run in the first round. So 16 athletes from the preliminaries will be running in the first round for the 100 meters. Okay, so that's what's up for that. I don't know how I feel about that layout. Let's try something else. No. Trying to get the layout that makes sense. Let's try this one. Yeah, probably. All right, yeah, that one looks better. So again, the first 2 from each, what that means is 12 automatic qualifiers, and then the 4 fastest times will advance to round 1. So 16 total from the preliminaries will form round one of the 100 meters for men. So as a result, folks, you won't see the starting lineup, or you won't see who will be lining up in the rounds until after the preliminaries tomorrow morning. So we won't speak too much about the men 100 meters, at least not the preliminary, not the round for now. What I can say is Kishane Thompson, he is one of the favorites, and fans are excited. Fans can't wait to see him. Oblique Seville incognito as per usual, but we know that when it matters most, he usually shows up. And with Noah Lyles, having a point to prove, especially on the back of what Oblique Seville did when they last faced each other, I think the popcorn needs to come out. May not need to come out tomorrow morning, because remember, this is just round one. Won't see the semifinal and the final until Sunday. So maybe you need to save the popcorn until then. Tomorrow morning, however, you'll just be provided with a taste, an appetizer of what is to come. So Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, Kishane Thompson, the Jamaicans who are lining up. We have Fred Curley, Kenny Bednarek, and the man himself, Noah Lyles. They're the ones who will be lining up for the United States. Hey, Norando, I'm rooting for Mommy Rocket to make it to the podium. There you go. So, Lisa, I think even that, just saying you want her to get to the podium, that's great, right? And I want her to get to the podium as well. And I'm rooting for her to get to the podium. But I won't come on here and act as if, okay, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce will get gold. No, she is our best chance of getting a gold medal at these Olympics in the 100 meters for women. But I won't come here and tell you confidently that I think she will be getting gold in the 100 meters, because then that would mean I'm a hypocrite, and I am not. So I won't say that. I won't come out and say that. Okay? So the men's 100 meters, I think we did a quick run through of that. I won't speak about it too much, because as I said, the athletes who will be lining up in the 100 meters, the first round, we don't have that information as yet. So let's fast forward to the semifinal for the women. And I think the semifinals, as soon as the names came out, Twitter almost broke. Social media went into a frenzy because they could not believe their eyes. They couldn't believe what the matchups were like. But I tell you this, based on the names that we saw, Jamaica and the Jamaican fans, please ensure that you don't eat a lot of breadfruit tomorrow. You know, breadfruit make a coward, as they usually say. These races aren't for the faint of heart. I put it that way. Let me just put it like that. All right, so 1:50 tomorrow, and that's 1:50 Canada time. So it's 12:50, well, 1:50 Ontario time. So that's 12:50 if you're in Jamaica. That's when the race will kick off. Again, if you don't know, now you know. World record, 10.49, Florence Joyner Griffith out of the United States. Olympic record, the double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah, 10.61. The first two in each heat and the next two fastest times will qualify to the final. So basically, you only need to register faster times than 6 athletes. Well, yeah. You need to have the 7th fastest time, right? So not necessarily faster time than 6 athletes, but you need to have the 7th fastest time, and you're good. Good evening to you too, Anika Green. Good evening. Welcome to the channel. And we already have almost 250 folks on the live stream. Please ensure that you're smashing the like button, folks. I'll take a short break. I'll wait a little bit while you guys smash the like button. All right. So, too coward. But watch them races live. Maybe me a 2, 3. Eat too much breadfruit in a lifetime. Will there be a Jamaican in the women's 100-meter final? I have 93% of those who voted saying yes, 7% saying no. Keep those votes coming in. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. Keep those coming in, folks. Remember, smash the like button. The more likes the videos have, the wider the reach. All right. I think the last two videos that we did, the last live stream that we did, I think it blew past 1,000 likes, and it continues to trend. So I appreciate that, folks, and I hope you show this video similar level of affection. Let me check. Just give me a second. I'm checking if you're doing what you say you're doing, because we have 220 folks on here. I'm checking. I want to ensure that you guys are doing what you said you're doing. So let me go over there and check. No. Big up. I always look forward to providing coverage, Ver Johnson. Thank you so very much, Ver, and thanks for joining us this evening. Come on, people. We only have 50 likes on the video. We'll pause right now. Let's get this live stream to 100 likes right now. We're pausing. Let me just pull. I'll pull this to the screen. Yeah, I'll just pull that on the screen. Like up the video, folks. Like up the video. Let's get it to 100 likes, and then we'll continue. As I said, what is your prediction for the women final based on what you have seen so far? Chelsea Clinton will be getting to that in a few. We'll be getting to that. Chelsea, please ensure that you like the video. As I said, we have almost 250 folks on the live stream, and we don't even have 60 likes on the video. So we're going to take a pause for now while folks abuse that like button. 54 likes. Come on. Let's get it up to 100 real quick. 59. I paid my entry fee by liking the video. Come on, peeps. It costs nothing to like the video. I agree. Minimum effort, maximum reach. Minimum effort, maximum reach, or maximum impact. We're up to 67 now, so only 33 away from that 100 that we're talking about. And we have 250 people on the live stream. 250 people. So obviously, folks aren't liking the video. Go ahead and like the video right now. 31 to go. Carlton Moncrief, big up yourself, Carlton. Let me give some people in the comment section some shout out while the others like up the video. All right, so Anika Green, as always, big up yourself. Who else we have here? Lisa. Yeah, as always, big up yourself, Lisa. We're scrolling through. And remember, drop your flag. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We were 29 likes away from that 100 likes that we told you, and then we'll continue with the coverage. We'll continue running through the starters list. We'll continue providing you guys with some insight on everything that's happening. I always watch live, but this year I'm nervous. Yeah. And as I said before, this year it is way closer than it oftentimes is. So usually we're going into the Olympics or the World Championship. We have someone in our corner where we're like, okay, this person genuinely will be on the podium. I don't think that's the case this time around. Okay, I don't think that's the case this time around, and I'll speak a little bit more on that. Chelsea Clinton, thanks. Rowan Perry, ensure you like the video as soon as you hop on. Rowan 80, so we only need 20 more likes to get it to 100, and then we will continue our coverage of what is to come tomorrow. Massive day tomorrow for track and field. I know Jamaica will be on pause. Everyone will be paying attention, glued to their television screens. I know you wake up tomorrow morning early, draw your sheet, you look, you see Kishane put on a big performance, you see Oblique Seville put on a big performance, Akeem Blake, and you say, okay, well, the males are through to the semi-final. Let me go back to bed, because the main act and the main act, the big event kicks off just about midday thereabout. All right, so I know a lot of folks will be just turning and pripsing, seeing what's happening with the men, and then they go back to bed and wake up in time for the semi-final for the women. 17 likes away from 100, folks. Let's keep those coming in. After I was up with you this morning, but I was getting ready for work. Couldn't interact like that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I understand that folks have to get ready for work. Luckily for me this morning, I worked remotely today, so I was able to do the live stream in the morning, and I went back to bed to try and get another hour sleep before I started working at 9. Right? So that's not always the case, and let me tell you from now, next week you might not have halftime TV like this, because obviously I have to work during the day, so I have to be juggling and trying to squeeze in some videos during the day, because that's when the action is happening. So if you don't see me doing a live stream or a live watch along, don't feel anyway. Probably by the end of the day I'll do a recap video, or oftentimes before that day I'll do a preview, and then after the races I'll do some short videos as well to ensure that the Halftime TV family is up to date on everything that's happening. So if I don't do a live watch along, don't feel anyway. All right, have to work. Have to work. All right. All right, so 10 likes away from 100. As I said, once we get to 100, we will continue our coverage. We will continue our preview. We will pull up all the names. We will provide some insight, some background information, and we will continue. Okay, so 8 more. 8 more. See, folks, minimum effort. We just paused for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, and already we went from 49 up to 94 real fast. So we're almost there. And please, Shakari has humbled herself and is much more likable nowadays. I agree. Jamaicans will be banned from the internet if the Americans will. I hope not. I hope the Jamaicans don't get banned. I hope the Jamaicans show some level of sportsmanship. And by Jamaicans, I mean the fans. Because sometimes they have to take leave from your job. I can't. My job is very demanding. So this time of the year, we have a lot of things happening, so I can't take leave right now. Okay. And in addition to that, I didn't plan on taking the leave, so it crept up on me. I had other plans for the vacation days, but don't worry, you won't miss out on anything. You'll still get proper coverage of everything. So don't feel any way if we don't go live stream for all the races or all the finals. You'll get some live streams in there. Will Sharika be in the relays? It doesn't seem that way. And then they leave. All right, one more, and then we don't, for real, Chelsea Jamaican should get paid for Olympic track is our national religion. All right, see? All right, now back to the matter at hand. So see, we clear 100 likes real quick. Next up, folks, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But don't worry, we won't pause for any subscriptions. If you like what you see, if you enjoy the content produced by Halftime TV, you can subscribe to the channel and turn the notification on. So whenever we go live, you are notified. Okay? So if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to subscribe. If it's not your cup of tea, feel free to keep it moving. All right, there are a ton load of other channels out there that you can watch that maybe more aligned with your kind of vibe. All right, so the semifinal for women, we have 3 semifinals that will be run, and they'll be run tomorrow afternoon. 3 semifinals. So the first 2 in each heat plus the next 2 fastest times. So what this means is you may very well finish 3rd in your semifinal and not make it through to the final. Let me repeat that. You may very well finish 3rd in your semifinal and not make it through to the final. What that means is there is pressure on all the athletes to finish in the first 2. All right, so pressure on the athletes to finish in the top 2, because you don't want to say, okay, I'm settling for 3rd, and then when push comes to shove, someone who finishes third and fourth in another race have faster time than you who finish third in your race. So the safe thing to do for all the athletes lining up in the semifinal for the 100 meters per woman is to ensure that they prioritize finishing first or second. We've seen it before. We've seen it before. I won't even go into any details, but we've seen it before where popular Jamaican athlete slowed down, in the end missed out because of this. Okay? So you need to focus on winning the race. If you can't win the race, at least finish second. Put everything in it. Treat it like a final because it may very well be your last race at these Olympic Games. Crystal clear? All right. So let's run through the names now, and then I'll go over to the comment section to hear what my viewers and subscribers are saying. So we have Zainab Dosso out of Italy running out of lane 1. In lane 2, we have Rani Rosios, and both these athletes, well, Rani Rosios for sure finished as one of the fastest losers. Sasha Lee Forbes, she finished second in her heat. Melissa Jefferson, I think one of the favorites to win this one. We have Dina Asher-Smith out of Great Britain. Yua Soboda out of Poland. Marie-José Talou, the most likable track athlete that is not Jamaican right now. Mujinga Kambunji out of Switzerland. And Boglarka Takacs out of Hungary. So those are the 9 athletes who are lining up in semifinal number 1. I throw the question over to you now, viewers and subscribers. Who do you have finishing in the top 2? Who do you have finishing in the top 2? Because remember, the first 2 guaranteed a place in the final. So who do you have finishing in the top 2? Let's hear it in the comment section below. Let's jump over to the comment section right now. Still don't trust them. Enemy come like friend. Keep them at a distance. In God we trust. Okay. Journey. It's not like the Jamaicans are actually doing any productive work during the Olympics. That semifinal with Shelley and Shakari Julian seems to be a setup. Jefferson and Talou. Miss Cranston saying Jefferson and Talou. Let's keep those predictions coming in. Who do you have finishing 1 and 2? I did a prediction video, shorter video a little bit earlier, so we didn't really get to discuss it at length. So that's the purpose for this live stream here. I think we'll do like an hour. Yeah, we usually do an hour. So we'll do an hour. We'll discuss each matchup. We'll discuss some outside the matchups as well. Some athletes who are there that we need to take note of. So so far I'm seeing Talou and Jefferson, Talou and Asher-Smith. Sasha Lee semi look tough. Like crackers, Excelsior water crackers, big up on yourself. Jeff saying Talou and Kambunji, but let's see if Forbes can run something good. But Melissa, Anne-Marie, Auntie Marie and cousin Dina. All right. Yeah, remember Dina Asher-Smith is officially her cousin. What the enemy made for, okay. Turn around for good. Shelley and Talou. Is Clayton injured? Talou and Asher-Smith. I'm not aware of Clayton being injured. Not aware, Sam. If you know something that I don't know, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. But let me do some quick checks. Oh, you see a tape on the leg. No, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. A lot of the athletes, they wear the tape on the leg to you know, but usually it's muscle treatment. I forgot about Dina. Let me go again. Talou and Dina. All right, so we have, I think the common denominator in all of this is Marie-José Talou. I think also the consensus is that Sasha Lee Forbes will not make it through to the finals. So again, now we're down to 2 Jamaicans, and we, like probability tells us that if there are 2 Jamaicans in the final, well, if there will even be 2 Jamaicans, then our chances of getting on the podium have diminished. So no Sasha Lee Forbes. I'm seeing Talu and Dina Asher-Smith a lot. So I'm going to work with those. So Talu and Dina Asher-Smith are the favorites, at least based on the Halftime TV family, to make it through to the final. What I must say is Mujinga Kambunji with a season's best of 10.90 and a personal best of 10.89. She seems to have peaked. I just think Mujinga Kambunji always there. She's always there or thereabout. She's always amongst these athletes when it comes to the big stage. And don't be surprised if she ends up being one of those with the fastest third place times as well. So Mujinga Kambunji, folks, keep an eye on her coming out of this particular meet. Swoboda as well, she's good. Has she been as great this season? I don't think so. But nonetheless, a proper sprinter over 100 meters. So the outsider that I have coming out of this race is Mujinga Kambunji. So Talu, Melissa Jefferson, and Dina Asher-Smith, 1, 2, 3, in whichever way you want to put it. But I think keep an eye on Mujinga Kambunji because she may very well ruffle up some feathers there. Run her fastest time. She cannot repeat Tia Clayton. Okay. All right. So Gina Bass to the final. Abdullahi, Sane Abdullahi, big up yourself, Abdullahi. And that's very much possible. Gina Bass, as we know, she's a stellar sprinter. So whenever she lines up, I think it'd be foolish for us to counter her out. As I did a little bit earlier today, we kept the best for last, or we saved the best for last, as we oftentimes say. If we won't have 3 in the final, USA don't deserve. It could be a problem too. All right, keep the comments coming in, folks. I love these comments. Whenever I read the comments, I have to smile. I must be honest with you. So this is semi-final number 3, and we jump to semi-final number 3 because semi-final number 2 is a swashbuckling race. It's basically a 100-meter final. So we're saving the final for the last bit of the show. Okay? Semi-final number 3. We have Leah Bertrand out of Trinidad and Tobago. Carolina Manasova out of Czech Republic. Again, one of the fastest losers coming into the semi-final. Zoe Hobbs out of New Zealand, running out of lane 3. We have Daryl Neat out of Great Britain. Audrey Leduc out of Canada, who registered a national record and a personal best in the first round, where she lined up against Jamaica's Tia Clayton. She'll be next to Tia Clayton again, who is running out of lane 6 so far. Season's best, 10.86, which is also her personal best. So Tia Clayton, I know there are some YouTubers who've actually even gone on to do videos to say Tia Clayton will win gold. I don't know. I don't think she will win gold, but she definitely showed that she's improved a lot this season. Will it be enough, the improvements that we've seen, to get her on top of the podium? Maybe not on top, but maybe she'll be on the podium. Twanisha Terry, 10.82 her personal best, 10.89 her season's best. She will be Tia's main competition in this particular race, and I think you guys should keep an eye on those two, especially since they're running next to each other. Audrey Leduc, I think she exhausted everything that she had in the tank for that first round race. Can she repeat? I don't think so. I don't think Audrey, the Canadian, the only Canadian, as a matter of fact, in the semi-final, I don't think she will make it through to the final. Gina Lukenkemper out of Germany, always there or thereabout. This time around, I don't think she will be progressing either. Delphine Nkansa out of Belgium, 11.20 her personal best. And based on the times that the other athletes lining up in this race, statistics and data will show you that she may very well not be amongst the mix for those competing to be in the final. Okay, so yes, Cheyenne Adkins, so we're doing it. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We're less than 100 subscribers away from 20,000. and it feels good. It feels good. We can see the promised land from here. Shelley and Fraser Price will qualify for the final. I'm expecting Shelley and Fraser to win and go out in style. That would be amazing. See? It would definitely be amazing. Am I expecting her to win? No, I'm not. I think it would be good. Like from a fan's perspective, it would be good. And you know, you watch it and you read those fairy tales, you like the happy endings. And what happier of an ending than Mommy Rocket, the queen herself, hanging up her spikes with a gold medal around her neck. Sounds good, don't? I think I should write something about it. Yeah, I think I should write a story about it. Sounds like it make a very good fairy tale story to be read in primary schools in Jamaica. No. Anyway, we'll revisit that. But thanks for the inspiration for sure. But we just went through semifinal number 3, and for semifinal number 3, I'm gonna turn it over to you, the viewers. Now, who do you guys have finishing in first and second positions? Let's hear it. First and second positions, semifinal number 3. And if you're not aware of who the starters are, because Halftime TV is AODA compliant, so accessibility and disability compliant, we're going to read it out for you. So Leah Bertrand out of Trinidad and Tobago, her personal best is 11.08 and a season's best of 11.09. Carolina Manasova out of Czech Republic, 11.11 is her personal and her season's best. Zoe Hobbs out of New Zealand, season's best of 11.08 seconds. Her personal best, 10.96 seconds. She runs out of lane 3. Out of lane 4, we have the Brit, Daryl Nita. 10.90 is her personal best, and her season's best is 10.92 seconds. Audrey Leduc out of Canada, 10.95, the fastest time she's ever run in her life. Also the fastest time that's ever been run by a Canadian woman in the 100 meters. She ran that in the first round. Does she have more in the tank? Can she go faster than 10.95? I don't think so. But what says you? In lane 6, we have Tia Clayton, the 19-year-old Jamaican sensation. 10.86 is her personal and season's best. And if you remember correctly, she ran that 10.86 just a couple of weeks ago. So she's very well hot off the press. Lane 7, we have Twanisha Terry, the one they affectionately call TT Terry. 10.89 is her season's best, and her personal best is 10.82. So based on the data, Tia Clayton has run faster than everyone in this race this season. Okay, so based on the data, Tia Clayton has gotten to faster speeds than everyone in this race this season. Continuing, Gina Luken Kemper, 10.95 is her personal best, and her season's best is 11.04. Delphine Encansa, representing Belgium, 11.20 is her season's best, and that too was recorded this season. No, and Sane Abdullahi, I'm not ruling out Gina Bass. I haven't gotten to her as yet. I haven't gotten to Gina Bass, but that particular race that Gina is in, don't worry yourself. I'll get to it, Abdullahi. Don't worry. Don't worry. Do you have an opinion on Otto Bolden? Yeah, I have an opinion on that. I fully disagree with Otto Bolden. And I think although Otto Bolden has been in the space and although he's been commenting on track and field for quite some time, I just don't think he is in a position to say that. Well, he said it's his opinion, but he also used other people as reference to say, okay, when Asafa got to here or whatnot. So he's free to his opinion, but I think Elaine Thompson here, under the right circumstances or the right conditions, she definitely can bounce back. I think she definitely can bounce back. So that's my opinion. There you go. So journey with Kelly, and you put it best. Anything Frano said, him we are work with, right? And Frano said she's not done, so she's not done. as I said, under the right conditions, Elaine Thompson Hera can be back. Easy. She can be back. And I think and put it this way. You see, when she switched coaches and everyone was saying this is the end of her, and we saw that little stint that she did with what's her name? I don't even remember the name of the coach that she was working with. Her name is right there. Anyway, that short stint that she did with the coach, with the female coach, and we saw that she was improving, and she was improving rapidly, and people were starting to turn heads again. That shows that Shaniki Osborne, thanks, right? That shows that, hey, there is more. It's just you need to ensure that you provide the right conditions to foster her abilities, because she is a talented athlete. She just needs someone who understands her regime, put a proper structure in place, or a schedule in place, a coaching strategy in place, a training strategy, so she can work with that, and that way she can avoid injuries. All right. So she has to be managed properly. Put it that way. She has to be managed properly with the training and all of that. And I think that's always been something. That we've been worried about. All right. So moving on. I think we've seen Tia Clayton and TT Terry. Tia Clayton, keep those coming in. Who you have? Tia Clayton and TT Terry. Tia Nita. Terry has the best time with 10.82. Yeah, TT Terry has the best time with 10.82, but that 10.82 was not run this season. Right? So let me repeat myself. Tia Clayton has run faster than all the other females who are lined up in this particular semifinal this season. So she's gone faster than all of them this season. TT Terry, her personal best is 10.82, but she didn't run that this season. Right? She didn't run that this season. All right, continuing. No worries. Continuing. Now we're over to semifinal number 2. Semifinal number 2. Before we even jump into it, only 3 females lined up in this pack are yet to dip below 11 seconds. Only 3 females lined up in this pack are yet to dip below 11 seconds. Only 3 females in this pack are yet to dip below 11 seconds. So you know what that means. It means that all 9 of these females are extremely quick. And of the 9, 6 of them have dipped below 11 seconds. They're quick. And this race will actually be, in my opinion, the fastest of the 3 semifinals. Anyway, let's get down to business. Rosemary Chukwuma out of Nigeria. Personal best 10.88. That time was run this season. Bree Masters out of Australia. 11.23 is her personal best. 11.28 her season's best. Imani Lancico, Great Britain. 10.99 personal best. 11.02 season's best. Gina Bass out of Gambia. 10.93 seasons and personal best. So Gina has been quick this season. And Abdullahi, I hope Abdullahi is still in the comment section, because if we're critically assessing the times that are on the board right now, this season, Gina, there are 4 athletes who've gone faster than her. And remember, the time that she has as her season's best is also her personal best. So it's not that we're writing off Gina Bass. It's the fact that's available to us. The fact states that at least 3 athletes or 4 athletes have been faster than Gina Bass this season. And remember, the first 2 are guaranteed a place in the final, and then we have the next 2 fastest times. All right, so continuing, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 10.60 is her personal best. 10.91 the season's best from Shelly-Ann. Julian Alfred in lane 6, 10.78 seasons and personal best. So Julian Alfred and Sha'Carri Richardson, they've been impressive this season. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Those 2 have been stellar this season, and I expect it to be 1-2 in no particular order going into the final with Alfred and Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson, lane 7, 10.65 is her personal best, and she's actually the 2nd fastest woman in this race. 10.71 is her season's best. She's gone faster than everyone in this pack so far this season. We have Patricia van der Vieken out of Luxembourg, 11 flat, her personal best, which also happens to be her season's best. And then last but not least, we have Gladimar Torres out of Puerto Rico, who's been quite impressive, I must say, with 11.12, which is a national record for Puerto Rico. She registered this time in the first round. So congratulations already, Gladimar. Just being here in the semifinal is a massive accomplishment, and I think those back home in Puerto Rico will be rooting for you. They'll be extremely proud of what you've done, regardless of the outcome come tomorrow afternoon. So let's turn it over to you, the viewers and subscribers. Now, who do you have winning this one? Who do you have coming second? What's your 1-2, the prediction for this semifinal number 2? This has all the capabilities of being an Olympic final, a world championship final, based on the names, based on the times that we're seeing lining up in this particular 100-meter semifinal. I think it could very well be on any given day. It could be a final. But let's hear what your thoughts are. Remember, we're just waiting. We're just putting out our opinion. We're just sharing what our thoughts are based on the information that's there. Who do you think wins it? Who do you think second? All right, so Sunny said Gina Bass for first. Let's keep them coming. This one is hard to decide. Take your time. Take your time. We still have almost 10 minutes left, so take your time and decide. And let's keep those votes coming in as well. Would there be a Jamaican woman in the 100-meter final? We have 95% of the voters saying yes. We have 9% saying no. 95% saying yes. 5% saying no. I'm way biased to make an objective prediction. From this race will make the final. There you all right. And I said it a little bit earlier. I think this will be the fastest of the 3. So 4th may very well make the final, which means from the other 2 races, the athletes will definitely have to. They will have to ensure that they're finishing in that top 2. All right. Continuing. Sir Mike saying no one's beating Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri, then Shelly, Obiaman. Imagine this semi was my medal prediction for the 100 meters with Sha'Carri, Shelly, and Julian. Well, it could very well be that could still be the case. That could still be the case, people. So not because you have these 3 as your medal prediction, that doesn't necessarily mean because they're in the same semifinal, it means that prediction is out the window. That 9% is the Dashaway Helsha Beach. 95% of the voters are saying there will be a Jamaican woman in the 100 meters. We have 5% who are saying no, there will not be a Jamaican in the final. I'm hoping that Shelly-Ann experience will trump raw speed, because they have to go run her down. Yep. Tia didn't look good. Monica, good evening to you, Monica. Good evening. Welcome to Halftime TV. Good evening. Good evening to everyone. And as I said, we're going to leave this video at 1 hour. We're going to leave it at 1 hour flat because we will be back here tomorrow morning bright and early because we need to see what Kishane and Oblique and Akeem Blake have been up to. I haven't seen them. since the national championship. I haven't seen them, but I want to see them. Have you heard about South Sudan? What do you mean? Yeah, I've heard about South Sudan. They have a fantastic basketball team that has been turning heads at the Olympics too. So big up South Sudan, big up all the basketball players in South Sudan as well who've been doing their country proud in the Olympics. Sha'Carri, Alfred, and Price, but Sonia Lee Hilton, tongue in cheek there, eh? Shelly have the best start in any sprinter ever. Shelly has a whole lot left on her weight. All right, Gary Lynch, we'll see. South Sudan, the blackest humans. Uptown, Kingston. I genuinely wish I had that complexion. Like I saw them in the basketball game against the United States, and I must say I envy their complexion. That's how I want it to be. I want it to be that dark. Somebody tie Shackleberry shoes laced together. Yeah, the black is radiant, folks. I love it. I love seeing it. Love seeing it. All right, so keep the predictions coming in, folks. Who do you have coming first? Who do you have coming second in semifinal number 2 for the women's 100 meter? Again, quick run through. Rosemary Chukwuma out of Nigeria. So we have 2 Africans lined up in this one. Chukwuma and Bass out of Gambia. We have out of Australia, Bree Masters, Great Britain, Imani Lancico. We have Shelley and Fraser Price, the sole Jamaican in this one. Julian Alfred out of St. Lucia, running out of lane 6. Sha'Carri Richardson, lane 7, out of Luxembourg. We have Patricia van der Vieken in lane 8. And out of Puerto Rico, we have Gladimar Torres. So it looks good. Beauty. It is. But we don't have any I hope I got that right. We don't have any South Sudan sprinters in this race. In this particular race. So hopefully in the next years to come or in the next Olympics, we will have a couple of the South Sudanese athletes lined up in the 100 meters and in the 200 meters. And bias Chuckleberry, Alfred, and Price based on the heats, but Shelley is a fighter. All right, so yeah, I think it will be Sha'Carri Richardson and Julian Alfred and Shelley and Fraser Price finishing as one of the outsiders with the fastest time. But that's my view. You can agree, you can disagree. And don't come at me, people, please. I'm just sharing my opinion based on the facts. And the facts state that Sha'Carri Richardson and Julian Alfred have been, compared to the rest of athletes lined up in this particular semifinal, they've been the 2 fastest this season. I love Shelley, but I think she has her hands full with Sha'Carri and Julian, judging from her seeking the finals. Well, no sneaking in this one. You have to go real quick. No sneaking in. She has to speed in the finals. Okay. Sprint Queen. Big up yourself, Sprint Queen. Thanks for tuning in. I see Sprint Queen Sha'Carri US. Big up yourself, Sprint Queen. Me too, because I don't think Sha'Carri want to be in that spot again, like World Championship. It would be fast though, but not 1060. Hell no, I disagree. Sure, it would be 1073. Well, we'll see. We will see. I agree. Let's give Mommy Rocket her flowers for just being here. 5th Olympics and still a fierce competitor. True. So I think the expectations that folks are placing on Shelley and Fraser Price is based on what she's done in the past. It's not where she's at right now. It's what she's done in the past. All right. This is her last Olympics. Allow her to go out gracefully, regardless of what the results are. So don't put any additional pressure on her. All right, pressure of expectation. Anyway, we continuing. Now that we've had the predictions in the bag, what are your thoughts on the possibility that we won't have a Jamaican in the final? What are your thoughts on that? Let me put it out there now. So, semifinal number 2, Julian Alfred and Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Those are the favorites. 1, 2. Semi-final number 1. I think most folks agreed that Sasha Lee Forbes will bow out here. So Ta Lou Jefferson and Dina Asher-Smith, they are the favorites. So Ta Lou, Dina Asher-Smith, and Jefferson, they are the favorites. Semi-final number 3, Daryl Nita, right? Daryl Nita, TT Terry. Imagine those two edge out Tia Clayton. Because remember, Tia Clayton, this is her first Olympics, still lacking that experience of competing at the Olympic Games. TT Terry, she's been here before. Daryl Nita, she's been here before. What if experience trumps speed, as someone had mentioned a little bit earlier in the comment section? Do you think there is a possibility that we won't have a Jamaican in the final? What are your thoughts on that? Let's hear it. Clayton is definitely making the final. Shelly-Ann is less secure, but still very likely. I think Tia might surprise with 10-8. Well, she's gone 10-8 so far this season, so I don't think it'll be a surprise if she does it again. You have a Jamaican in the final for sure. After that, I don't know. Shelly the GOAT. We have a Jamaican in the final for sure, even if her cousin Dina Clayton is definitely making the final. So based on everything that I'm hearing and based on everything that we're seeing in the comment section, I think it seems as if Tia Clayton right now is the most likely Jamaican athlete to be in the finals. Based on what I'm seeing in the comment section, and also based on those that she has around her in her particular semifinal, Tia Clayton appears to be the most likely. And remember, coming into the Olympics, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was our best chance of getting a medal. So what does that say? You deduce from that, right? Because if Tia Clayton, and again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Tia Clayton, she's fantastic, but she lacks that experience. She's still 19 years of age, so we can't really place too much expectation on her. If she gets to the final, great. If she gets on the podium in the final, even better, exceptional. We will be super happy. But if she doesn't, I don't think people will be crying or anything of that sort. I'm not doubting anyone, people. I'm just throwing out the possibility out there because, again, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Jamaica's best chance of getting on the podium in the 100 meters, she's been placed in the most difficult of the 3 semifinals. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm coming at? So Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, maybe if she were in the semifinal that Tia is in, I wouldn't feel this way. But most people who are casting predictions for the semifinal number 2, people are on edge. People are on the fence. They don't want to say what their predictions are because they're not sure. My expectation is Clayton. Stop it. It's very mighty. I say Shelly to the max, but I don't see her on the podium. There you go. There you go. So most people, they don't see Shelly on the podium. There are some that don't even see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce progressing. And remember, Shelly, if we're working on where the conversation has been going since we started doing this live stream, we had Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce as actually coming in third. We have her coming in third and progressing through to the final as one of the fastest outside the top 2. All right, I won't even say the fastest losers. And if I've mentioned it before, the other athletes, I apologize. The fastest outside of the automatic qualifiers. Okay, so a lot of us had Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce finishing outside the top 2 because we were saying Julian Alfred and Sha'Carri Richardson for first and second. And remember, only first and second qualify automatically. Now, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is our best hope of getting on the podium, and she may very well not, because if she finishes third, remember, it's not automatic, it's not a given, then how does that work? But keep the conversation going, folks. We will continue the conversation in the comment section. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. It was a fantabulous dialogue this evening. We enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the fact that you guys kept me engaged in the comment section. I won't keep it too long. We promised we would keep it to only 1 hour. We're already 1 hour and 5 minutes. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, because as I said, we're gonna get up early so we can see Kishane and Oblique and Akeem Blake in action. Right? If you haven't done so, turn the notification on. Turn the notification on, because when Halftime TV is on, nowhere else, no other channel matters. Not even TVJ, not even One Spot Media. This is where the action is at. You get the most objective to the point where people are calling me a sellout, but don't worry about it. You're getting it 100% at all time. We keep it 100% objective. We put the biases, we put the patriotism to the side, and we work with the facts. Okay? We work with the facts, and the facts state that there is a possibility that Jamaica may very well not have anyone in the 100 meters final for women. You can argue it, but let's hear it in the comment section. The facts also state that Tia Clayton may very well be coming out on top in her semifinal. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. So much conversation to be had, so little time. So let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Take care, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early. Remember, turn the notification on. Please, please, please. I don't want to start the video and I have to be sitting down and waiting on you guys to join in. Turn the notification on. That means as soon as I start the live stream, you get a notification saying, hey, Halftime TV is live. All right. Enjoy what's up for your night. We'll talk soon. Big up on yourself.